So, and today we are going to have 3 guest speakers with us. 2 alumni from these graduates from this program, Master of Engineering in Electronic System, and also 1 current student, okay, who are taking this, studying in this program. All right, so Master of Engineering in Electronic System. So today we are so honored to have them with us to share their experience, okay, with you all. If you are interested to join the program also, so let's try to get as much information from them as possible. All right, so without wasting time, so let's start with the sharing. All right, so maybe our speakers, so maybe would you like to introduce yourself? Okay, so you mentioned a bit about some your education background in the university, okay, and you might want to share about your job, okay, what is your job about and where are you working now? All right, so maybe we can start with Miss Jessie, okay?
Hi, I'm Jessie. So I joined Utah in 2015 for my bachelor's studies in FICT under computer engineering. So after graduated in 2018, I started master in engineering for electronic system in FEGT, this current program that we are previewing. And after graduation in 2020, I joined Intel as a graduate trainee engineer. And now I'm a full-time failure analysis engineer in Intel. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically what do you do in Intel?
So as a failure analysis engineer, my job scope is to debug failing microprocessor and finding out the failure and feedback to the other departments.
All right, okay, thanks. How about let's welcome our special guest from Germany, okay, all over the from the overseas, but we are online, right? So Mr. Johannes, okay, so would you like to share yours? Okay, thanks.
Hi, I'm Johannes. I started studying in 2015 at OTH in Regensburg. I graduated in 2019 in January, and then I started the master electrical and microsystems at OTH, and I graduated this year in April, also April 2021. And in January 2020, I joined the Utah program for the Master Electrical Engineering or the Electronic Systems, and graduated in this year in January. And since May, I'm working as a software development engineer at the company Contron Europe in my hometown.
Right, thanks. Actually, it's within a month time that you already started job after your graduations. So it means that you already got a job before your graduations, or you are looking for it after your graduation and you got it so fast, almost immediately.
I did the master thesis or the internship at this company, so it was no problem. They said, okay, if you want to start working at our company, just start. So no application, no application as the easy way.
Okay, that's great. Okay, how about Jessie, Miss Jessie? How about you? After graduation, you started to look for jobs.
I got an offer before graduation.
Wow. Okay, that's fast. Yeah. Through the connections of Utah, or you actually look for it yourself?
No, I throw my resume out myself.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think then you got before your graduation you already got it. Okay, that's great. Okay. So let's hear from Landret. Okay, about yourself. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. And my name is Landret. You can call me Landret. And I completed my undergraduate degree in electrical and electronics engineering from the National University of Malaysia, which in Malay is known as University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM, in 2020. And currently, I'm doing my master degree in electronic system under the Intel scholarship at Utah.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So Landret is our current student. So later you might want to share about your experience of studying in Utah. So let's come to the next question, which might be more interesting. So why did you all decided to take up this master program in Utah? Or for Jesse, in the case of Jesse, you're choosing this dual degree program to OTH in Germany. Means
Yes.
that you got 2 degrees after your graduation. So you might want to share more about this. Okay, so I think you have some photos to share with us, right? Afterwards, that your experience in Germany, where you have your industrial internship and also attachment. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, you might want to share with the audience today about this. Thanks.
Okay, so I've always wanted to further my studies overseas, and I was introduced to this program by Zach, whom later became one of my coursemates. And I see this as a great opportunity to fulfill my dream of studying overseas and at the same time further my knowledge for in the EE field. It was definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made, because I have a very enjoyable experience studying both in Utah and also in Germany, where I spent almost 1.5 years there. So I could share my screen now, so you can see some of the photos I took during my studies. So can you see my screen now?
Yeah. Okay.
So these photos is taken in Germany. So this is one of the Utah lecturer from FICT. He was doing an exchange professor program there, and he conducted a course, and I joined his course there. It was very interesting. And these are some of the bits and pieces photos from the daily lecture in OTH. And this is one of my favorite professor in OTH. He looks like Einstein, and his course was very, very interesting. And here we have a photo in the laser lab in OTH of my classmates from Utah. We went in as the same batch, and then we studied there together. This is the lecture hall in OTH. It's amazing. I haven't seen such big blackboard here anywhere. And we always have to take photos to write down the notes later on, because there's always so much to be written. And this is some of the photos taken in Utah, Block K, with my batchmate, 3 of us from Malaysia and 3 of them from Germany. So I also have some photos of my where I did my master thesis in Germany. So I was given a workplace in Osram, Regensburg, and yeah, it was a very interesting project which I was working on for my master thesis for about a year to complete that project. I really miss my workplace there with all the plants and everything. So this is my workplace, the office. So we have tea break together sometimes at work. And this is the photo taken very happily after I finished my master thesis presentation with my industrial supervisor from Osram and academic supervisor from OTH Regensburg. Yeah, so this is just some videos of me walking around during summer with my boss during lunchtime. Around the company, there's a sunflower field, and yeah, nice scenery. So I think that's all for my sharing.
All right, so how is it different from studying in Malaysia? Your experience in Germany for about a year. So what is the things that you feel so quite different from here?
So Malaysia is like home. I've been staying here my whole life, so nothing amazed me as much. So all the little things that German, maybe they feel like it's very normal, it amused me. Like everyone open a bottle of beer after every exam to drink. After every paper, it's very normal for them, but for me, it's like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of culture shock, but I'm very happy I get to experience all of this, although it's only a short time, 1 year. Yeah.
So you had to pay all these expenses yourself during your time there, or your study even.
I received a scholarship, DAD scholarship along with my application there, and so the scholarship was enough for me to live for 1 semester. And after that, I took up a working student position in Osram, and I continued with an internship there, and also I did my master thesis there. So they pay quite good, so I was able to just continue living there with the pay without getting any financial support from Malaysia. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay, that's an interesting sharing from Miss Jessie. So let's move on to Johannes. So you would maybe you can share about yourself. How do you know about this master program in Utah, and why you decided to take up this program and come to Malaysia? I believe you are here before the COVID pandemic, is it? Or you graduated before the COVID pandemic?
No, it was we came to Malaysia when the pandemic started.
Oh, okay. So
last year
you managed to stay for a short while in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I see. All right. So you might want to share your experience with us or with this program, and also your from Germany. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you should share some picture with us. Thanks.
Yeah. I heard from this program also like an event like this here, and one of my lecture colleagues said he wants to go to Malaysia, and then he was 1 year before me in Malaysia, and he said it's a really good experience, and therefore I said, okay, let's try it, let's go abroad, let's see other countries, and yeah, I think it's a really good experience, especially for my English, for my speaking, for my understanding. It was very good for me, and yeah, that's why I only can recommend everybody try this if you have the time. Yeah. So, and now I want to share some photos. Can you all see my screen?
Not yet. How about others?
Wait.
From my side?
Wait.
Yeah. Now I can see. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's a picture of OTH. On the left side here is the library, and here you can have your lunch. Here is the whole campus of OTH with all the buildings, and Here are some photos from some laboratories. So here is some experiments done in the lab for control systems. Here are two of my colleagues in another lab where I worked maybe 2 years or something like this. And here we are learning together in the lab. Here is a FPGA evaluation board for a project, and here is also a project, the progress of the project we did. Here is the enclosure, and that's the whole project. It's for it's a car play where you can make a race against the computer. And here is it's a photo of the project thesis I did for Utah here in the enclosure. And now some photos of Regensburg. That's the stone bridge. That's the enlightened famous church in Regensburg. Here is a place maybe 15 kilometers outside from Regensburg where you can go for hiking or something like this. And here are some photos. Every year at OTH in summer there is a festival at OTH and the university campus. And you also can do some sport activities at the university sports. And here is a picture of barbecue at the lake. And here is a picture of the company where I'm working at my hometown. So it's just a small company or just a small location. Maybe 20 or 30 people are working here, but there are some other locations over the world where Contron is located.
Yeah, so what are you working in Condron? What's your job scope or task in this company, Condron, or what is the business of this company actually?
They developing and producing some industrial embedded computer systems. So if you have maybe a panel PC or something like this, or a PC in a machine or something like this, it could be from Contron. So yeah.
Oh, I see. All right. So how about yourself? What's your task in this company? Your working job scope?
I'm in the department for I'm in the department for software development, and I'm responsible for the firmware, maybe for a motherboard or something like this. So programming the firmware that the motherboard is starting up, something like this.
Oh, all right. Okay. So yeah, thanks for sharing, Johannes. Okay, let's hear from Landret. So who is our current student? So maybe you can share more about why you decided to take up this program in Utah, and how do you heard about it? Okay.
Okay, so in general, I am interested in electronic devices, especially the smart devices and IoT. So I completed my undergraduate degree in electrical and electronics. And after that, I choose to narrow my focus to one particular field, which is the IC design. So I continue my study in master program. And I got this master program offer from the Intel during the job interview. And I have completed 2 semesters and now only 1 semester left to graduate, or more specifically 6 weeks left to graduate. And all the 3 semesters for the master program are carried out through the online learning. And I feel it is quite flexible for me, especially during the pandemic right now. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, I haven't been to the Utah campus yet. So hopefully I can go to the campus during the convocation.
All right. Okay. So yeah. So how Miss Jessie and Johannes, how do you go through the convocation? I don't think you have a physical one, right? It's an online
Yeah,
one.
I also haven't had my convocation.
Okay.
Same
So
for me,
you're
yeah.
waiting for the physical one, or actually it's already done on through the virtual convocation?
It was done virtually.
Yeah,
Okay.
same for me.
I see. Okay. So I think this is everyone is facing during this pandemic time. All right. Okay. So maybe we can hear more about from our guest speakers today, right? So since they are in this EE industry and this master program was offered to actually like for you to gain more specialty in this this related to EE industry, right? So maybe how about you? Can you share your thoughts on this EE industry? So maybe Miss Jessie can share about the EE industry in Malaysia, and like Johannes can share about in Germany. So if you are in Germany, how is it? How is it like about this EE industry? Okay, thanks. Yeah, maybe we start with Miss Jessie.
So I think that the industry is growing and they definitely need more people in this field, but I'm not quite sure of the direction of the ongoing technology. But what I know is that some of the new skill required for this field is definitely AI and machine learning, because when I was going through the job searching, there were many employers who are looking for candidates who have these skills. So I would really highly recommend people who are interested to venture more into AI and machine learning. I think it will be the future for the technology. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what you found out when you are starting the job in Intel. So means they are more focused on AI and more demand on this machine learning kind of knowledge.
I think it's not just enclosed to my current employer, but also a lot of companies out there. They are looking for people with these skills.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. So how about your department? Is it there's a lot of turnover, or you're seeing a lot of new stuff coming in? Is it expanding, or is
yeah. Every quarter, every year, there's a lot of changes. So we always have to learn a lot of new things to keep up with the pace.
Oh, I see. So there should be a lot of ongoing project with your department.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I see. All right. Okay. Thanks. Let's hear from Johannes. How about in Germany? How is the EE industry like?
I think it's the same like everywhere in the world. The EE industry is growing more and more. Just think about big data analysis, artificial intelligence, machine learning, industry 4.0, and something like this. I think they need more and more people, and just think about maybe 20 years ago, the smartphone was introduced, and now every quarter a new smartphone with new features comes up to the market, and so the industry has to go on and to get really faster to come up with the market. And so I think it's really necessary to hire more people. And for my opinion, it's also that the EE industry will change a little bit into the direction of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and maybe it will goes away from the hardware and goes more to the software. I'm not sure, but that's my opinion at the moment.
I see. So are you learning any new things, or do you have to learn any new things so that you can keep up with your work?
Yeah, sure. I think the study is only the very basic thing, and if you start working, you have to learn a lot of things. Maybe if you know, okay, I know how to implement some codes, but if you do it on a, I think it's on a other level that like on university. So every time you have to learn more and more, and to improve yourself in this field.
All right. Okay. Thanks for your sharing. So maybe Landret, you have something to share also. Yeah. Although you don't have a lot of working experience, or maybe something that you've seen. Okay. That you want to share with us.
Maybe I can talk about the experience during my internship. And I observed that the job scope for IC design is basically involved of two main elements. One is the scripting, and the other one is the Verilog coding. And I basically think that these are the two most important skills, especially for those who want to enroll into the IC industry. And from my perspective, the IC industry nowadays is encountered talent shortage. And this problem is getting worse because, as Jesse mentioned just now, there are more engineers start to migrate to the hot new markets, such as the AI and the 5G. So from my perspective, if you want to join the IC industry, I think the possibility for you to get a job is higher, especially when you are a master degree holder. And it is a plus if you have experience in the field that you enroll.
Oh, I see. Okay, so just now, Mr. Landret mentioned that actually he want to brush up his skill in this IC design, so that because there's a lot of demand in this kind of talents. I think UTAD had offered this master program. One of the aim is this allow the student who enroll in this program to learn some things on this IC design. Yeah, I think this is a good opportunity. Right. Okay. So we still have a little bit of time. So maybe you can share one more questions. Right. So it's a simple one. So do you think getting this master degree is really helpful for you, and how it benefits you? Maybe Miss Jessie.
Is a master degree helpful for me? So in my case, it's yes, because industrial wise, this course has provided me with a more in-depth knowledge in the EE field. I can't speak for all employers, but at least for my current position, most of the engineers in my department holds a master degree or even a PhD. Yeah. And I think master degree is also important if you intend to pursue PhD, like it acts as a stepping stone. So I would definitely encourage you to take up the master degree course if you are interested. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So I see now in your department, almost everyone got at least a master degree.
Yeah, the first day I joined, my senior told me if you throw a stone anywhere in the department, you will hit a master degree graduate.
Wow, okay, I think wow, so that's the competition nowadays. I see. All right.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep yourself ahead, I think this is one of the choice that you had to make.
Yes.
Right. So but like Landret, we can do it part-time also, right? But Landret's situation is like he got the job from Intel, but he got this sponsorship to study full-time for 1 year. Then only he start his job, is it, Landret?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's the
Basically,
situation for Intel.
but I'm not sure for other departments. I think this one is specifically
I
for
see.
the DDG department. Yeah.
Oh, all right, okay. So actually, for us in Utah, actually we also offer this master program with part-time also. If you are not able to work full-time for it, so you can do it part-time also. It means that you take after your work, so you can spend some time to complete the courses, and you can get yourself a degree also. All right. So how about Johannes? So why you want you get yourself a master degree?
I also think it's a very good pushing or stepstone for your career, and I think this 1 year for the master is okay, because if you're studying or you do your bachelor degree, it's maybe 3 or 4 years, and I think this 1 year is still okay to keep up with. And I, from my side, I would say you get more and more into the depth of some areas. You, especially at OTH, it's like you have some basic lessons you have to do, and a lot of electives. And if you say, okay, I'm interested in let's say a semiconductor industry, then you can listen to the semiconductor lessons. And if you say, okay, I'm more the coding guy, then let's go to the lessons where you can hear about coding and software development. And so for my opinion, or in my opinion, it's a very good way to proceed after the bachelor. So I only can recommend to do this.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Johannes. I think you raised a very good point, right? So it means that you can choose what is the path that you want to focus on when you start to work, right? Whether it's on software or semiconductor devices and so on.
Yeah, I think it depends
so
on
you can
university.
Take use of this time. Yeah, please continue. Yeah.
I think it depends on the university, but as in Utah, you also have some electives, so you can choose the way you want to go in. So it's a very good way.
Yeah, it's a very good way. Yeah, so you spend another year, so you can just really focus on the skill that you want to acquire, right? Okay, so
again, thank you for all the guys and Dr. Yu to have a great moment to share with us, and it has helped us to have a more understanding about the master in the engineering, especially in the electronic, and even like the related with the IT disciplines. So now we are come to almost the end. Allow me to have some of the other informations for you. So it is what about the Master of Engineering Electronic System. So since we are now talking about the Master of Electronic Engineering Systems, the electronic systems, so now this the brief information about these programs. So the intake is open for January, May, and September. We have 3 intakes per year for these programs, and it is by the coursework modes, means that you are actually attending for classes instead of looking for doing the research. Okay. So the durations, if we are making it by as a full-time students, there will be minimum in 1 year, or if you're making it as a part-time students, will be complete within 2 years. And these are the fees, the total fees for the study. If we are Malaysians, so it'll be around less than 20,000. Even like you are the international students to apply for the programs, you are still only like 26,000 more for the ringgit Malaysia. Okay. So for further, the electronic system, right, it is collaborate with the OTH languages. So you are actually have the opportunity to further the study to the Germany, as like our guest Jessie. So she's done the master at Utah and then further to the German eventually to get the 2 different master certificates. So this IPSR, this Institute of Postgraduate Study and Research. It is an institute to take in charge of the admissions or the applications or the other progress matter for the master and even the PhD programs. So if you're interested to apply for the programs, so you can just submit the applications to the IPSR, and they will follow up with you about the progress. And the next, right, is it. So other than the Master of Engineering Electronic System, in fact, we still got plenty of different the master and PhD programs. So allow me to introduce you the others. In fact, right, it is divided to different study modes. Either there is a coursework mode, there's a mixed mode, or even we have a research mode studies. Okay, example like the Master of Engineering, the Electronic System we mentioned, it is coursework modes. And we have more and more different programs conducted by coursework mode. It depends on different faculty. Example, like if we are under like the mass comms or the art and social science background, you can consider for the strategic communications. Or you are from business background, you can consider for the MBA. Or even we have information systems, the mathematics. If you are from the IT or mathematics background. Engineering, we have more and more like the electronic system we have mentioned. We even have environmental technology, the sustainable construction management, the electrical, electronic, the electrical, mechanical, and some more we have architectures and the project management. So there are plenty of programs offered by the coursework mode. Means that you need to attend the classes, you need to conduct the assignments, and you need to attend for the final exams. Okay, other than the coursework mode, we even have the programs by the mixed mode. Mixed mode means that you need to attend for classes like 6 or 7 subjects, and you need to conduct a thesis. But the thesis is not as difficult as like the research mode. It will be more simple and easier for you to conduct. Okay, so we have the discipline under the IO psychologist, the master of psychologist, or the Master of Communications. Even we have a Master of Chinese Study, that it is conducted by the mixed mode. Talk about the research. The research mode basically is like the based on the interest topic. Okay, your research topic or the area, you come out the title, the topic you want to further with. Then it depends on the faculties. Okay, so and your disciplines, your bachelor's disciplines. Example, like if you are from the business background, accounting background, economics background, they should be under the business or economics or the business, economics, accounting faculties. Okay, so not only this, if you are from like the social science background, the mass comm background, then you will be under the faculty of art and social science. And different faculty, we have offering difference of the related research mode, master and PhD study. It depends on your needs and your background. Okay. Okay, the English requirement, there is something compulsory. Okay, to apply for the master, you have to get at least the MOICS band 3. These are very minimum requirements. Or if you don't have band 3 in MOICS, like if you make it like you have more than you get your bachelor in like almost 20 years ago or even 30 years ago, back to that period, you do not have any MOICS, then you can still able to apply. But for that cases, we need to go through assessments or the interview that are considered as a case by case.